I have to work on getting some sound on that last video. Anyway, thank you all for tuning back in. This is the show that I call Box Eats. This is the show where we talk about sports with comedians. And of course, it's just a great day for us to be doing the show because I'm excited about what's getting ready to happen today. Let me first bring in one of my friends, comedian known as Mo. Mo, how you doing, bro? How's everything, man? Thank you for joining the show. You ready to get down? Get down?
Man, I'm over here having an asthma attack.
Okay, that's not good news. That's not good news.
I'm over here because I was trying to say, cause when you hit me, the conversation we had, I was kind of lollygagging. I thought I had like 15 minutes, but I made it like 7 seconds. I thought I was gonna be late.
Well, you're here, so I appreciate that.
But you know what? I'm here. Listen. I'm real happy about today too.
There it is. So before I bring in the next guest, let you all understand what's getting ready to get down with this right now. We have an NBA veteran who played in the league for years. He also was an NBA referee. He played for the Bullets. He played for the Hawks. He played for the Raptors. He played for the Bucks. And I really remember him vividly for playing for the Pacers because he killed the Celtics a couple times. I remember this really, really, really well. My man, Mr. Haywood Workman. Wood, what's up, man? How you doing, man? Thank you,
man. Oh, man. Thank you for having me.
Man, I remember vividly you coming down on the parquet, turning around and hitting a 3-point, man. I remember sitting on my living room couch, and that really hurt me, man. We're going to talk about that. You owe me a cup of coffee or something, a chocolate or something, man. Help me get over that.
All right, I can do that, but yeah. I didn't get 2 minutes.
What you mean, get over what?
That one, I had Reggie on the tee. I ain't going to get 2 minute shots with Reggie on the tee.
Right. Right. Yeah, y'all was doing your thing, though. I remember you was doing your thing. But anyway, thank you for joining the show, bro. I greatly appreciate that. So what we're going to do is we're going to dive into some topics. I'm going to wait till our other big guest comes in before I dive into other topics. I'm going to start today because it's Box Seats. I'm going to start with a lot of things that I'm excited about with the NBA. And let me just jump in first and just say, if you're sitting at home and you're not familiar with what's going on with a certain situation that I'm about to bring up, it's the Jason Whitlock situation, because let's start at the beginning of this. There was a sexual harassment lawsuit that was filed by a young lady who said that she wants to sue Skip Bayless and a couple of other employees at FS1 because they were upset at what was going on. And she said that Skip Bayless made it basically an advance to her, and he offered her $1.5 million. Then obviously the situation switched over to Joy. And then people were upset about that. Today, well, at least last night, Jason Whitlock chimed in, and he even chimed in and said some more disparaging comments about saying, yeah, she looked like peanut butter skin and she got some big, everything. And I'm like, he just compounded the fact on top of all that. And you know what I know by being in the NBA and being an ex-athlete, and you know how it is with being on TV and things like that. I know about these certain situations. I'll give you 10 seconds to get your thoughts together. Mo, you go up first. You tell me what your thought is when you hear that Jason Whitlock says something stupid like that. What's your thoughts, Mo?
You know what? I really don't have a thought. It's like taking a shot. It's just something you expect to happen on a regular basis. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? It's like he put the stoop in stupid. I mean, he's been doing that for a minute now. He's just, but it's messed up because it's like, I'm not going to say that. I don't know the man. He just needs to maybe tone it down a little bit, and because he does make some good points. We got on the other day. He did make some good points, but it's like he'll get all the way to the ledge, and then just jump for no reason. If he was playing bidwits, he'll just before he pick up his car yell for no.
Yeah.
For no reason at all.
He would be ridiculous. So now, Wood, you know the situation. It's about basically sexual harassment in the workplace. It's a little different for people on television. I think it's a lot different for ex-athletes when they're sitting in the area and everything else, because now Shannon Sharp got his name attached to it. He had nothing to do with it. His name is now attached to it, the lawsuit, because he's involved, and now they're trying to get I think they're trying to get a couple of other athletes who works for FS1. I don't know. Tell me what your thoughts on this, man, is before we dive into sports news.
I'm going to say it like this. It's made for TV. That's all I can say about it. It's just made for TV, man. You don't know why? Because we behind the scenes. So you just don't know what's going on, really. So you can say what you want to say until you fact check everything. You don't know.
Right.
So me, it's just made for TV.
So as an athlete, as an ex-athlete, when you hear stuff like this and you see it all in the workplace and you sit in home and you watch it on TV when you watch and everything else, do you just do one of them things like, man, can we get some real sports, or how do you even feel about that?
Well, I wouldn't wish that on anybody going through anything like that. But if I knew the brother or something like that, I would call her so I would know the real story from the person who, is going through it, or just sit back and let it play itself out, because it's really not my business.
Right. That 100%. All right. So let me move on and keep this show going on. Mo, you up, man. Let me talk about some NBA news. So, because here's the NBA news, I want to throw it out there to you, man. The Phoenix Suns are in the news, the hot topic right now, because, listen, there's a lot of people right now in the league talking about a lot of teams right now. I think Golden State's getting some scrutiny, but most importantly, the Phoenix Suns are getting a lot of scrutiny because they're 16-19, they're 12th in the conference. Bradley Beal's taking a lot of heat, bro, a lot of heat from this, and he's taking a lot of heat because people have said that they tried to approach him to get that no trade clause written out. He's one of the only two players who got that no trade clause. So I can't wait to ask, Wood about this. But tell me what your thoughts is about Bradley Beal joining, obviously he joined a super team, you know what I mean? He got KD, they got a team together, but they are 12th in the conference. What's your thoughts on this, bro?
Well, before we go on, you said super team, and then you said team. I think they just a team, because if they were a super team, they wouldn't be 12th in the conference.
You know what I mean?
You know what I'm saying? So they a team. It looked good when they were doing it. You know what I'm saying? We all saw what they were going for. And we all even said it's going to take time. Because didn't they get together like in the middle of the season when it first happened? When the trade was like in the middle of the season. Yeah. And we knew they wanted, everybody was yelling, oh, we're going to win the chip. We knew it was going to take time. It ain't working. Him not doing the no trade clause, I don't know, man. I don't know why. Maybe he knows something we don't know. Maybe he want to stay in Arizona, stay in Phoenix out there and chill with the other no ringers.
Well, I got to be honest with you, Mo. I thought it was going to work. I thought they were going to be at least 4th or 5th. I didn't see too many teams beating them, once they had Bradley Beal, because, Bradley Beal can do his thing. I just didn't see it being this disgruntled. But let me just ask Wood, when you, as an NBA player, and you know this all day long, as an NBA player, when you get a trade clause versus a no trade clause, can you explain to people at home this stuff that goes on behind the scenes with these no trade clauses and how that can mess you up, or it could it could help you out? What's your thought process in this whole situation, but with the no trade clause?
I never made that much money. I really can't speak on that. The no trade is he can't be traded.
Right. So should the Phoenix Suns come back at him though and try to do something unrealistic and saying, you know what, man, you got to do something for the betterment of the team? Should they do that, or should he come forward? I mean, I'm sure you dealt with an agent and you dealt with situations like something similar of messed up contracts.
I mean, there's always something. There's always something in a contract. What's the incentive for him to break it? Or what's the incentive for the team? How's that playing itself out? Because he's got 2 more years on his contract.
Right.
And the money's guaranteed. So what's the incentive?
You know what, Mo? You hear him saying that, right? Like he's literally just said what we're saying. Like, you got to give me something, right? What's my incentive? You got.
I mean, listen, it takes something to happen to make something happen.
Right. And that's on both sides.
It's on both sides. Yeah. It takes something to happen to make something to happen. I don't know. I think if I was him, I mean, he might be looking at his financials and say, look, I got 2 years. He doesn't have to make a move. Like he said earlier, it's made for TV. The NBA is still the NBA when we ain't even watching the NBA. Just like the NFL, they all have the drama. They draw things out. And I'm glad for the players because they got more control of their own destiny compared to back when it was just take this money.
Back when I played.
Yeah, so I mean, listen, why should he rush to decision? He still got a season to play. Who knows? They might make a trade and get somebody, because what is Denver really missing? I mean, they're not missing a lot. They're just missing that one key
You mean Phoenix? Phoenix.
Yeah,
I mean, I'm sorry. What is Phoenix really missing? They're not missing a lot. It's not like they don't have scoring.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? They got that. So what are they missing to stretch out the floor so they can run? But then again, they in the West. The West is no cakewalk either no more either.
I can't even disagree with that. Let me ask you this, Wood. When you have a situation like a Jimmy Butler situation, and for those of you sitting at home, you don't know, Jimmy Butler got upset with the Miami Heat a little while ago, and he basically said that, you know, he's not happy playing with Miami anymore. And knowing Pat Riley the way we all do, you know what I mean? I can't even imagine how when you work behind the scenes, how they really know him. You know, when you request to be traded, you're usually gone. But there's been a hiccup there because now they're having a hard time trying to move him. Now the situation has escalated to the point where, as you know, he's affected the team behind the scenes and everything else. But Jimmy Butler has stated basically saying that he's not happy playing in Miami anymore. And Wood, I know you as a former player and as a referee, I know you probably would be sitting there saying, if you were on the team, I can't put words in your mouth, but I would think that if you don't want to be here, we don't want you here. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah,
I know what you
mean. And again, I have to tell you again, I never made that much money. I'm gonna tell you, hey Frank, listen to this story one time. So I'm playing with the Pacers, and I'm the 15th player on the team. So it's 12 that dress, and there's 3 that sit behind the bench. So the first 2 months of the season, I'm sitting behind the bench.
Wow.
Just practicing, waiting on my turn. Then Pooh Richardson get hurt. Vern Fleming goes to the starting point guard. He starts, and then I'm the backup. Well, after about 4 or 5 games or whatever, they was like, Wood, you gonna be the starter.
Oh,
but
wow.
he kept yelling at me, and I was like, yo, dude, I heard you in practice. I hear you yell at the other players. I got it. Man, I called my agent. I said, man, I can't play for this dude, man. He keep yelling at me. I gotta go, man. We gotta get out of here. My agent told me, you don't make enough money.
That's funny. That's
funny.
funny.
Just do what the coach say, man. Just do what the coach say. And I got to the conference finals, 94, 93, 94, 94, 95. Just grind, man. So with Jimmy Butler, man, I don't know. Because I never had that type of chemistry on a team. We was tight with Indiana. We were tight. We go on the road. We'd be like 8, 9 deep everywhere we went.
Wow. And those are kind of teams that move forward. Like they go to the finals. Mo, you want to say something in there? I see you.
I'm gonna say this, and it's not because I'm a fan, but honestly, and Pat Riley won't do it. I'd like to see Jimmy Butler go to New York. They're not missing a whole lot except that one person to get those extra rebounds, that disrupting on defense. He don't have to be the scorer. All he got to do is come in and create chaos.
Yep. I agree with that.
And he knows the system with Tip. It's not like he has to start over. He knows Tip's system.
Okay, but here's the situation with Jimmy Butler. Every single spot he's been at, he's got unhappy and he's requested and forced his way out. Every single Philly, Chicago, Miami, and I'm forgetting a team. He's always forgot his situation. I mean, he's always forgot Minnesota, and he's forced he's like, look, I'm not happy, and his contract is huge. Wood, I'm gonna ask you, if you're an NBA GM, I know you ain't never made that much money, but as an NBA GM, if you sitting there now and you know that this guy's, you know, requesting to come to your team, would you even give it a look?
You gotta look at the option. You have to. You have to give it a look, just to see what it would look like. You have to. So, like I said, for Bradley Beal, what's the incentive for me to break my contract? If they try to finish, what's the incentive for me? I'm already guaranteed this.
See, he's bringing up some great points, you know, some great points. So let me throw this other hypothetical, because you know I got a lot of hypotheticals, Mo. There's a situation going on and brewing up there in Golden State, too, at Golden State Warriors. People are saying that they want to break up the team, and there's some pieces that they want to take out. So my hypothetical to you, Mo, is should Steph Curry stay or go? If you're Steph Curry, You're what, 34, 35 years old right now. You're doing some all right with yourself. You're doing some good things. You know you need a couple of pieces. Should you go? You should stay, have some couple pieces come to you in Golden State, or should you request to go to a couple of other teams and help out a couple of other teams? Because there are a couple of other teams, Philly, for example. Philly could use him. You know, I mean, you go down the list. You know, there's a couple of teams right now that could use him and his talent. He could bring him home. If you're Steph Curry, stay or go.
Stay.
And request other people to come to you?
Yeah, stay. I mean, he's Golden State Steph Curry. It's like, you know, Jordan left, but did we really like to see him in the Wizards? You know what I'm saying? Dr. J stayed and, you know, stay. Like, it's not, I mean, I understand the NBA is a business and it can happen to anybody. Anybody can be traded, anybody could be moved, you know, but he really basically helped rebuild, because I'm not going to say built, because Golden State was big years before he got there. They were big in the 70s. Am I right? They did have chips before he got there. So he helped rebuild what they had. You know, and he's the reason why where they at. Why go somewhere else? Even if it's, understand if it's a losing season and whatever, but you know, you're going down as the best. Not as one of the best, but the best of all times. Just stay there, ride it out. You know what I'm saying? You know, you got to be a ride or die. You know, you did when it was good. Stick around when it's bad, baby.
Okay, you see Wood's face? You see Wood's face?
No.
That's tough. No, I'm not saying no, but that's tough. That's tough. I say this.
I know it's tough. I'm not disagreeing with you. I know it's tough.
It's tough. It's tough. I know, and I'm not saying no to that. That is commendable, you know. But think of it like this: before he really get on his last leg, if he could go somewhere like Charlotte and turn that franchise around.
Ooh, that's or Houston,
that's
right?
He's from, and that's where he's from. That's where I'm from. So, and he can go turn that franchise around before he on that really last leg. And now he got players. You saying they're gonna come? If they're gonna come to Golden State, they're gonna come to Charlotte.
Yeah, Charlotte's tough too. LaMelo Ball. Who else is down there? What's the name? Used to play for the Celtics. Isn't he down there?
No, Terry's gone. Terry's in Miami.
Terry in Miami.
Yeah, Terry's
but I know Charlotte played New York tough. I watched Charlotte a few times. Charlotte, Orlando, those are those sneaky teams down there. And those are those teams that can use somebody like you. You're right. I mean, I'm not going to disagree with you, but
okay. Let me ask Wood one question. Wood, if Steph goes besides Charlotte, where would you say would be the perfect landing spot for him? I mean, we know Charlotte's out there. What would be the perfect landing spot in your mind for him? He's making the face. He's making the face.
It depends. You can't say he can go anywhere and fit in.
It's only one team.
I give you some time. What's
you wouldn't want to break up that dynamic with Philly. What they got, if you bringing him in now, he dominate the ball. You know, so I'm not saying no, that wouldn't work, but for this one playoff run, yeah, it could work for anybody with him. It could work for anybody with him.
Okay, so let me ask this other question to Mo, and I'm gonna start there. I'm gonna change up the conversation. We were talking about this Jason Whitlock stuff. We talked about that a couple of times. Mo, Jason Whitlock said something that made me go, I can't wait to ask the guys this question. He literally said that he thinks that money should be tied to performance. If you win, you get paid more. If you lose, you get paid less. He said, because if he thinks by this type of playing and the way that the people are playing right now, it's the way it is now, the system is right now, it's causing load management, and load management is getting too high to a point whereas it's causing a lot of players to take too many games off. So my question to you is yes, no, what's your thoughts?
I'm going to answer it as a blue-collar worker. I show up, I expect to get paid. I got good days, I got bad days. I expect to get paid what I agreed to be paid on. Cut and dry.
So
you know what I'm saying?
So are you saying you agree with the the assessment that Jason Whitlock is saying? Like if
no, I
pay,
don't. Nope, my job pays me X amount of dollars. You know, when I go do a show, let's say I'm doing a show, I'm headlining a show. I ask for $5,000. I want $5,000. I want to do 30 minutes, right? I get my money. I have a bad set. I still want my $5,000.
All right, let me ask Wood his question. Wood, do you like what he's saying? What Jason Whitlock is saying? Jason Whitlock is basically saying right there, NBA players should get paid not only on performance, but how many days they play. You know, every game, if you play and you win.
Best. He said it best. I can't go to. That's what I expect. Hey, Frank, man, I'm gonna have to let you go. I gotta run.
Bro.
All right.
Thank you, bro, for taking the time out for joining the show, man. Take care of yourself.
All right.
Good meet. Oh, damn.
He said, hey, he said it best. He said it best. Well, anyway, bro, thank you for joining the show, man. I appreciate you for being my. I got other people coming in to get ready to come in a second. We will wait for this in a second. So continue on your thoughts on that, bro.
I was going to say this, though. You said the one place Steph could go.
Yep.
And I swear to God, I don't know why y'all didn't. The two, I'm waiting for the two of you to say it. Neither one of you said it.
What, the Lakers?
The Lakers.
No, because neither one of us wanted to drop in the Lakers into that cesspool of what's happening right now.
But you already know, if he goes to the Lakers right now, we wake up tomorrow morning, bam, Steph Curry goes to the Lakers. They give up whatever pieces, draft picks, or whatever, right? Automatically, Vegas makes them the #1 contender to win the ring even over Boston.
Right.
They're going to give them over Boston. And knowing Golden State, they're going to throw in something else too. So they're going to have to, you know what I'm saying? So, man, listen. But I think he should stay. I like Golden State. What's the boy, Kuminga?
Yeah.
I watched a few of their games.
Yeah, Kuminga's doing pretty good. I don't think there's any problem with the way Golden State is right now. I just don't think they're going to win a championship with the way they built right now. I think that's the problem. I think you're sitting up there saying, hey, you know, maybe we should add that. And then, honestly, if I'm Golden State, this is just me. If I'm Golden State, I would see what sucker wants Draymond Green. That's what I would do. You know what I mean? But honestly, that's what I would do. I would leave Steph as is. I would leave Kuminga's the future. I would say, let's see what we could build with Steph as he is the old guy and Kuminga here's the future. Because when they got rid of Clay, it was already over anyway. You know what I mean? It was already over. So why not get something, you know, for them? Because you might be able to do that. But, you know, look at Dallas. Dallas got Clay, and right now they're struggling too. You know what I mean? So
they're not doing. They don't look like they're going back. The West is hard, man. The West is hard. I'm glad I'm not in the West.
I'm glad we're not in the West too. So I'm not even going to say any names. I'm glad we're just not in the West. But again, the NBA is a certain situation. It's obviously plays to certain things. So let me just touch on this last thing, and then I'm going to start jumping back to the NFL. We talked about the 3-point shooting. We talked about it, you know, about the style of play. We talked about how people shooting too much. I'm not liking, honestly, the way the game is played right now. We talked about it. If you can change the game in any way that possible that you could change it, how would you change it and what would you do? Because I have a couple of ideas of what I would do.
I like the game. I like the progression of the game. There's some things that I do like again. I like the pace of the game. You know, watching Steph Curry on Christmas with those shots, man, listen, we watching something amazing. You know, what I would bring back, I would think the referees need to be more let them bang, you know what I'm saying? Let them bang some more. You know, I don't think it's the game, man. I think it's the players. They get hurt so easily now that it has to be that way. And they're worth so much money, not to make them sound as property, but they just need to bang. And take away all the gimmicks and let's just have the regular NBA. Let's take away all the gimmicks, you know what I'm saying? And like once someone said, make them play during the All-Star game, just like they play in the summertime. You know, at least that. Yeah. You know, at least that. I understand load management. Because if you, like I said, I'll answer the question like a blue-collar worker. I get 40 hours a year off. All right, and I take my certain days off. Okay, so why not? Hey, I want to see them play. Yeah, I expect it, but they get to take days off too. They got lives.
Yeah, I'm not even mad at that situation. I'm just, I'm with it. I 100%. I'm with you on that one. But let's switch topic while we wait for the next person to come up, man. Let's switch topics and talk about the NFL, because I saw some news this morning. I couldn't wait to bring it up today because it's, in the NFL there's always something going on. I want to talk about the Mike McCarthy
All day
situation.
long.
Yeah, but I'm going to jump in that in a second. But Tom Brady's name was thrown around a lot of times, and because his name was thrown around, Tom Brady said, word is out that Tom Brady is literally going to have a hand in picking, the next head coach, because obviously, the Las Vegas Raiders fired Antonio yesterday. I'm not sure I'm liking the fact of how it was said because of what the names they threw out there. We already know Josh McDaniels' name is gone. Like, he's gone. It ain't even going to be. Josh McDaniels' name is sitting out there anyway. I think another team should possibly be looking at him for something else, maybe an offensive coordinator, or maybe even one step down from that, because he's a hell of an offensive coordinator. But if you are Tom Brady right now, there's some names that are out there. Do you try to get Mike Vrabel to pull him from the Patriots to come to the Raiders? Because from what I've been reading and from what I remember, Tom Brady and Mike Vrabel had a really good relationship. You know what I mean? Do you get him to come over to the Raiders and coach the Raiders, or do you sit there and say, let me get Coach Prime up in here. Let me see what Deion Sanders is going to do, and because we gonna literally draft his son. You know what I mean? Or we're going to draft Travis Hunter. We're going to draft somebody, and if we draft Travis, or we draft player A or B or C, will Deion come? You know what I mean? My man, I got the special guest here, so hold that thought. If you sitting at home, I got a special guest for you guys sitting at home, and you sitting here watching the show. Let me just say this: this man getting ready to come in the scene. He's done comedy specials. He's been in the comedy business for years. His most recent comedy special was on Netflix. I watched it. I don't know how many. I watched at least 5 times. I love the comedy special. It's one of my favorite I've seen in a couple of years. It's known as Legendary, and my man in the business is legendary. Everybody, welcome to the show. My man Earthquake. Quake, what's happening, bro? How you doing, son?
What up there, player pimp? What's happening with you?
How you doing, man? Thank you for joining the show, bro. You came in at the perfect time. We talking football.
Well, we got baby Jesus over here. Jalen Daniels. You see it. We got baby Jesus over here.
I'm gonna touch on that in a second.
On it.
Yeah. I'm gonna touch on that in a second, bro. But me and Mo, that's Mo, another comedian.
How you doing, man? How you doing?
How you doing, black man? Welcome to the struggle.
So I'm gonna throw that question out that I had, Mo. I'm gonna throw it out to you first, man, because obviously, Quake, what we want to know is you got baby Jesus. If you're Tom Brady right now and you sitting there and you got some interviews coming up, are you gonna go with Mike Vrabel? Are you gonna see if you can pull Mike McCarthy? Whatever you're gonna do, but now everything falling on you right now because you Tom Brady. You know what I mean? Everybody gonna look at you. What would you do, Quake?
Well, Deion is a friend of mine. I tell Deion, listen here, I'm gonna bring you and your son here. I'm gonna find you. I'm gonna go get my boy, the black dude off of ESPN. I think his name Rick, or the
Louis
black
Reddick?
dude,
Louis Reddick?
David Reddick, as the GM.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna go on and put that black combination in, put them in Vegas, and let the gambling begin. Let the gambling begin, baby. I'm gonna put all my money on black on the crap table. Trifecta. And I'm gonna let them just roll the dice. I'm gonna go get Deion, his son, and Riddick, and put them in there together and put it all on black.
Well, I can't even get mad at that, Mo. What would you do, Mo? Real fast. Give me a quick answer. What'd you do?
What I do? Listen. Like he said, I I dig into the Al Davis playbook and start grabbing and bringing in all the. Tom know who to bring in. I mean, I would say, I don't know if he would bring in Deion. I would go with Vrabel because we know what Vrabel bringing to the table. You know what I'm saying? He don't need to. Deion is going to, he don't have to sell tickets in Vegas, so he don't have to bring in Deion. I don't know what Deion can do in the NFL, but I think he will bring in Vrabel and then go from there.
All right.
I
Let's
think
keep it
Dion will be perfect because he gonna set a standard among the rest of these young dudes and tell them, man, you gotta play. See, when you play with greatness and you knew it was greatness, he can challenge you because he been there, he done that. You know what I mean? Grable it's a great pick too. I can't knock that either, but I think you ain't gonna get a shot with Grable. He going to New England, man. That's why they got rid of the brother. He want Grable. He wanted to come on back. So they got the interview tomorrow, and he ain't gonna be on the table.
I don't know. I don't know.
I was saying the same thing. I don't even think it's gonna be. I don't think it's gonna be like that. I think Vrabel's probably already signed. You know, who the hell knows? But I think Vrabel's a done deal. I think he's off the table. So when they were throwing that name around today, I was like, yeah, that ain't gonna happen. But Quake, let me ask you this other question because you got the hat on. I'm about to say to you, bro, like right now, you know, the Washington. What do they call themselves now? What do they call them? Okay, that's what I'm saying. The Washington Commanders, because I almost called them the Redskins. I'm so used to doing that.
You can call them the Redskins. We were that at one time.
Yeah, you were. So people are picking the Washington Commanders for the upset over the Tampa Bay Buccaneers this weekend. And you know what? Of the upsets this weekend, I wouldn't be surprised. Like that wouldn't be totally surprising for me. What's your thoughts, man?
Well, you know, we in year one. We with a rookie quarterback, new owner, new GM, new coach, rookie, you know, so we're ahead of schedule. But we played them already. Game one, I was in Tampa. I will be at the game with my boy Ashley Larry, Donnell Rollins. We're going down there to represent. Shout out to Brooks from Tampa Bay, double nickel. I'm going to see him down in Gary Sheffield from the Tampa Bay Rays with their baseball team. But that being said, I think we can get them. You know, whatever way we come into, I think we played him before, and he's a different quarterback than he was game one, game 17. So I'm looking forward to it. But we need 2 more drafts, 2 more free agency, and then I'll be at the Super Bowl.
We know you're going to the Super Bowl regardless, though. We know you're going there regardless. But you think they going to the Super Bowl? That's what you're saying?
3 years at the max, man. We got baby Jesus, man. We got number 5. We got 5 on it. That boy is the truth, man. And you just don't know just how bad it's been for my city because we used to be a proud, franchise. And now we're back, man. My man said something, Jeffrey Wright, the actor. He said, how does it feel? He said, it feels like a loved one that was in a coma for 20 years and he finally woke up and he back to himself. That's how we are right now. We've been in a coma for 20 years and all of us just nursing the person's legs and making sure he ain't got bed sores. And finally, he's up and he's walking again. So that's what's going on with our team.
Well, you summed it up, Quake. You summed it up. You know, and I'm gonna let Mo. I'm gonna give you your 20 seconds, man. You throw it out there. Tell me what your thought. You think that you're gonna see a surprise upset with them this weekend?
I wouldn't be surprised. And you know, I'm a all Giant fan, but I was living in DC when they were winning, you know, 'cause back then we was eating we would eat at the Florida Avenue Grill. I was shopping at the Madness Connection up on Georgia Avenue. You know what I'm saying? I know DC, believe me. 14th and T, you know what I'm saying? Down there in Northwest. I know DC, bro. You know what I'm saying? Shaking like a white girl.
Shaking like a white girl.
Shaking like a white girl. You know what I'm saying? Look, I got a little bit of red essence in my blood, but anyway, you know what? I wouldn't be surprised because you know what? I knew Jaden Daniels was going to be special before he even got drafted. Nothing to get Caleb Williams, but I knew Jaden Daniels because it's always when they talk about his size. Most players, when they talk about their size, those be the ones that show you that, yeah, I might be small, but I'm gonna make this thing happen. I just hate the fact that he went to DC, me being a Giants fan. But
I'm sorry to hear that, bro.
But I won't say like this though.
Practice. Y'all kept that, bro. Y'all gave up.
Yeah, we did. But I will say this though.
Working for the Philadelphia Eagles, man. Y'all.
Yeah, you're right about that. Listen, you right. But I will say this. Before a black man, he landed in one of the best spots because you know ain't nothing but black love in DC. You know what I'm saying? And I will say that.
I was
It's
hoping he
mad
could
black
land.
love in DC.
I was hoping he could land in the Patriots, but I knew that wasn't going to happen. You know what I mean? But that's a whole nother conversation. Let me move on to the conversation. I got to ask you this, Quake. You've been following football, you've been following the news and everything else. What you think is going on in Dallas with Mike McCarthy, man? Is Jerry Jones doing that man dirty, or you loving it to a whole different degree?
Well, let me explain something to you. Jerry is showing you the temperature that we're living in with powerful Caucasian men, and he's just flexing his power. You know what I mean? He told him, you know, you can't talk to nobody else, but I don't know if I want you or not either. So in any words, Jerry is saying, somebody else I want, but if they spawn me, then I'm gonna take you, but you can't talk to nobody else. That's the pimp mentality. You know that dude. There's a lot of men out there that's powerful, don't want their woman with nobody else, but they don't want them either. As soon as you start talking to them, they want to fight you. Why you talking to my girl? Well, you just call her out her name right here. Be happy for her, if another man gonna pick her up and give it away. She deserved to be treated there, boss. And it's the same thing with Jerry Jones. He don't want him. But he don't want nobody else because he turned down, he denied the Chicago Bears access to be able to talk to him, and the man ain't got no contract. You understand? You had a whole year to decide. He worked for you for 5 years. You mean to tell me you don't know if he's qualified or not? Yeah, you do, but since you got the power to hold it over, not over him, all the other coaches that works under him. So those people are in limbo. Because if he decide and they hire somebody else, all the rest of the people, including McCarthy, going to get fired, and it's going to be too late for them to get a new job because coaching staffs have been hired and everything else. Again, it's the powerful of a billionaire filling at the rules and dignity and has nothing to do with them. They do what they want because he has the white away.
The white away.
White away.
I got to remember that. I'm gonna give you your about what you think about this Jerry Jones situation.
Man, you know what, man? I mean, Jerry, listen, he does some smart things. He knows how to financially move money around and make money. But when it comes to running a football team, if brains was dynamite, he wouldn't have enough to blow his nose. I'm telling you,
Ooh,
straight like that.
ooh,
Straight like that.
ooh.
How do you listen, why are we surprised what he did with Mike McCarthy? This is the idiot that let Derrick Henry just go to Baltimore. And he was begging to come to Dallas. Everybody in the NFC earthquake, tell me you glad he went to Baltimore. You know if he went to Dallas, it'd have been over.
Yeah,
Man, see, you missed the point. I've been loving Jerry ever since he got rid of Jimmy.
yeah.
You understand? You understand? I love Jerry. He the best player the Commanders got. Jerry Jones.
I was,
He the best player we got.
let me ask you this quick, bro, because I'm gonna keep it going. Jaden McDaniels is doing some stuff. So do you think Dallas is going to follow that lead and get really upset and try to put together these teams? Because right now, owners are getting pressed. They're like, listen, you ain't delivering fast enough. Look what happened with Jaden McDaniels. Look what's going on up there in Washington. You think that's going to press Mike McCarthy out fast because they're not turning around fast enough? What you think?
Well, you can't hold that against Mark McCarthy because he's the general manager. And as the general manager and the owner, the bucks always start with him, so he's never going to look in the mirror and say it's him. So no. What it will do is put the fire on everybody that works for him to say, you need to come up with these results, but I'm not held accountable. So again, he's the best player the NFC East has. He's the best player for the Giants. He's the best player for Philadelphia, and he's damn sure the best player for the Commanders. And that is not that. He's a fourth-round picker. He's a Mississippi boy, and he's never going to take them where they want to. They got their salary cap struck. They got the highest receiver, the highest paid receiver, the highest paid quarterback, and they can't get number one playoff win. So I'm loving it. I'm feeling good over here, and we're back.
Mo, you see how we circle back around to that Washington thing? I'm trying to just figure out, if the owners are pressing this thing to turn it around fast, because, honestly, I don't see how you turn the program around in a year, and everybody's looking at Washington Commanders as, that's how they did it. That's how it's supposed to be done. What you think, Mo?
I mean, it took the Washington Commanders a few years to get to where they at now. They had to basically break down the whole team. Like, they basically had to change the name, destroy everything. So it ain't like, they went through, they got that. Listen, all these proud Commanders, 3 years ago, Commanders, what kind of name is this? I ain't never heard no name like that. And I know, because I used to have XM radio. And I used to listen to Earthquake Show. I remember you talking about it. What kind of name is Commander? That's when the guy was trying to move. The guy was trying to move something on your property line back in the day, and you was like, "No, that's my property." Y'all was like, "What kind of name is Commanders?" Now, him, a couple of cats in DC I mess with in the county. Oh, Commanders!
I mean, hey man, sometimes when you're a team player, you're never gonna like everything that goes along with your team, but you gotta fall in line. And you know what I'm saying? We're back. They're called the Commanders. I wish we'd go back to another name or our original name, but right now Commanders rolling. And you know what it is, man? Winning is the perfect perfume.
Yeah, it really is.
It's really the most beautiful.
Winning makes everything different.
It sure does. So Quake, what you think about this Tyreek Hill situation, man? And that's a whole nother conversation. We were just talking to Haywood Workman, and Wood was talking about, he's a former NBA player, and we were asking him a similar question about being loyal to your team. Tyreek Hill literally quit on the Dolphins, and then he came back and circled back and say he's not quitting on the Dolphins, to his GM and everything else. I don't know, man. It sounds like he quit on the Dolphins to me. He get $25 million next year, $55 million a year after that, but to come out public and say that, man, what's your whole thoughts on this Tyreek Hill situation?
Well, Tyreek is strange to me. I don't know the brother, but you say you're tired of losing, but you left a winning organization with the Kansas City Chiefs because you wanted more money.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? They offered you a contract, but it wasn't enough money. So you went to Miami for the bag. Now you went to get the bag, and that they winning, and you say you're tired of being here because you're losing. You see what I'm saying? So the hypocrisy is funny to me. Some of these brothers, and not to get deep on it, is forget the blessing they have. Like Jimmy Butler that plays for the Miami Heat, talking about it ain't fun to play basketball. You just want to have fun playing basketball. Here in Miami, making $50 million a year. Believe me, I'll find a way to have some fun. Just that I have to play an hour a day of basketball. Your job starts with play. You know what I'm saying? So, my brother, please check yourself. Your job starts with play. So if you can't find no joy in play, I think you need to do a self-evaluation of yourself. And that's the same with Tyreek. You know what I mean? You could have stayed with the Kansas City and got 2 more rings. You went for the bag. So help them become what you want to become as a winner. You can't quit on your people, man. I don't like those kind of players. We had one like that in DC. Hainsworth, he just laid on the ground and refused to get up while the play was playing. He just took a nap after we played. That motherfucker pulled out, just laid on there with a picnic table and a rug and a blanket in the middle of the play and just laid there. So I know exactly how they feel if you're a Miami Dolphin. You pay all this money and this man don't want to play and he quit on you.
Yeah, but you know what? You know what? Tyreek Hill literally could land on your team, bro. He literally could land on the Commanders.
Well, I mean, we got a great GM. If he follow the proper protocol and want to come there to help us win and know it's all of us, then I'm with it because he can take the top off of it and then Terry McLaurin can do the rest of it. But we're going to need another receiver. I prefer get somebody in the draft or go get one of them out of Cincinnati.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Take one of them good boys up there and put them on the side so we can beat on them Giants.
Yeah, I'm with you on that. So, Quake, I look at the time. I know
I heard you.
I'm looking at the time, Quake. I heard him
before you let me go. Hey, you know I love you, brother. This is my first time meeting you, so I hope together me and you get to work together. But I do
I
have
actually
one
met you
question
at the
for you.
award show. We
Okay.
were
I hope we get to
backstage.
work together.
I
Now,
hope so too.
before
And I
you
just want
leave,
to ask you this question.
go
Who do
ahead.
y'all play this weekend? Because I checked the schedule and I could not find who the Giants play. I checked NBC, Fox, CBS, Prime Video, Netflix, and I just can't find when the Giants play. Not
They
the
playing the
1 o'clock game,
Cowboys.
the
You
four
missed that.
o'clock game.
They,
I'm just trying to find. So maybe you can help me.
You know
What
what? Why
time
you
is
going?
y'all
I'm
game this weekend?
gonna talk to you in DC lingo. Why you gonna treat me like a Bama, huh?
mm.
No, I ain't treating
What?
you like a Bama.
You
I'm
gonna treat me?
curious, man. I root for you, New York, because y'all got so bravo. Y'all so nice. You got to name it twice. New York, New York. Y'all all of that, and y'all, your sports really are succotash. And
And
I
you know
was,
what? You know what really hurts? I
what's
live
that?
in Boston.
Oh,
Mm-hmm.
damn.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I do too. I do too.
I live in Boston.
But Quake, before you roll out of here, man, I know you got projects. You need to give me something like. Are you following up Legendary, bro? Are you gonna do that, man?
Yeah, matter of fact, we will be shooting. Dave Chappelle will be coming to where you at in Atlanta, Georgia, to shoot the follow up to Legendary. We already the deal is already set. We just got to pick the date, but it will be in Atlanta. My first one was in DC because I'm from DC. Second one has to be in Atlanta because I'm born in Atlanta when it comes to this comedy thing. If it wasn't for Atlanta, I wouldn't be living the way that I'm living now. So we're coming to Atlanta. And then there's going to be other big news that's coming. My radio show will be back on next week, Quake's House. Also, other things that you'll see. But I look forward to coming to Atlanta, putting another special out. And I say this to all comedians, man. Just be funny. Let your jokes speak for yourself. It's time to start being funny. I tell people right now, I'm in the joke telling business. That's all I got for you is jokes.
Ain't that the truth? You coming to Boston too? I heard, man. You got to shout
Yeah.
out Boston.
I'm gonna be in the Hartfield. I'm gonna be in Boston at the Wilbur Theater at the end of the month. I'm also gonna be in Hartford, Connecticut this weekend. And this Sunday I will be in Tampa Bay to watch the baby Jesus bring us to the
Mm-hmm.
promised land and bless the black people from Washington, D.C., Southeast in the house. You see it right there. Follow me at the Real Earthquake, and you'll know exactly what's popping over here. My brother from New York, I love you to death, man.
Thank you very
Find you a
much.
quarterback and get your life together.
What you laughing at, Frank? You act like the Patriots did something.
Oh, I'm laughing
What you
because we
laughing
have a
at, Frank?
quarterback. We have a
Huh?
quarterback.
What you laughing at?
Thanks, Quake. I appreciate you for taking the time out, man. I really appreciate you. We're gonna look
Yeah,
forward to
we
Halloween.
appreciate it, man.
Looking forward to Legendary Part 2. You're looking forward to all of that, man. And thank you for taking out the time. I'm looking at the time, and I know you can't spend all that time with me. So I thank
Man,
you.
I enjoy talking to you. You my brother, man. You know me and you way back. I'm
Yeah,
always just a phone call away
yeah,
for you. It's a
right.
lot of things going on here in LA. That's why it took me. I gotta keep going. This wind out here blowing so fast, man. It's blowing homeless people to shelters.
Yeah,
That's how bad it's out here.
uh.
It's terrible.
Well, thanks, Quake. Appreciate you, bro. We
I
appreciate you.
love you to death. All right,
Thanks,
God
man.
bless.
Take
All
care.
right.
Peace.
All right.
My man Quake is in the building and doing his thing. Appreciate him for joining the show. You all know he got Legendary Part 2 coming out. I'm hoping he takes even a
Yeah,
thought process to take a look at and film some of that in Boston. That would be dope too if he could
that'd
do
be
that.
dope.
Yeah,
You know,
that'd be
maybe
good.
we need to go down to the Wilbur Theater and hang out when he comes up here. We should. Why you didn't ask for no tickets, Frank?
How you know I didn't ask no tickets?
Okay, so you got one for me?
No, I got one for my wife. Me and my wife. That's what I got. See, sorry. Wifey wants to go see Legendary. That's what she wants to go. And that man, he puts on a show. You know what I mean? He puts on a real, real good show. But let me bring in my other man into the show right now. Mr. Lance Woods is in the building. You just missed Earthquake, Lance. You just missed him by 30 seconds.
Just missed him.
By
Hey,
30
I
seconds.
missed Earthquake, but I caught these fires. I just got back to LA.
Oh,
Oh,
damn.
man.
Yeah.
You all right? You good?
They having a barbecue outside.
Are you good, though? You good, though? You
Yeah,
safe?
I'm great. I'm great. Yeah, yeah.
Well, thanks. I know you was pulling up. I know you literally was dealing with the travel and everything else. I appreciate you trying to make the show and everything. But we was talking about, I'm gonna let the floor drop on you just now, man. We would literally, what was the last thing? Oh, we literally lastly asked Quake about Jaden Daniels, and we asked him about the upset that could be possible coming in for you know the Commanders taking over the Bucks, and you know how Quake is a huge Commanders fan, so you know
is he already asleep at the arena waiting?
Close enough.
He got his gear on. Quake don't play about the Washington Commanders.
Yeah. He gonna be in Tampa Bay this weekend. He going to the game, as you know. He would. Yeah,
for sure.
Yeah, he probably got seats on the 50-yard line too. You know what I mean?
Why not, man? He earthquake. They should let him play. He's done enough for the city.
Yeah.
Come on, man. What more can a man do?
Yeah, right. And you know, you got this thing called legendary. So what you think, man? Who's the, you know, we talked about this yesterday about the games, and I looked at and listened to a lot of things that people were saying. I was like, you know what? A couple of upsets. People are saying the Buffalo game might be an upset, but I looked at the Washington game. I keep looking at that Washington game versus Tampa Bay. I think that might be the upset of the weekend. You know what I mean? I think that might be it. Where are you at on this, Lance?
Well, you know, that don't feel like an upset to me.
Okay.
Washington and Tampa Bay feel like a toss-up.
Oh, okay. You know you got to expand on why you think it's a toss-up.
I mean, just regardless of the record, you know what I mean? Washington just they had some slip-ups at the end, but they've been solid. They looked like they was gonna win the division early in the year.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
You know, so yeah, they, you know what I mean, and they ain't doing it with a rookie quarterback, man. So it's just, some of it is just the growing pains, but it's something about Jaden, man, that makes you believe, dog. Like, he kind of got like a cool demeanor about him.
Mm-hmm.
You know, kind of fearless, you know what I mean? And we got a similar hairstyle. Anybody with this hairstyle is trustworthy. Don't let them tell you nothing different. When they come out with the 2-strand twist and their goatee don't connect on purpose, it's because they got a plan. You understand?
Yeah, I'm hearing everything you say. So that's what you're going with. You're going with literally that you don't see that it's not the Buffalo game. It's not the let me look at the games too, because we got the Texans are playing the Chargers. You got the Ravens playing the Steelers. You got the Bills playing the Broncos, the Rams and the Vikings, and the Eagles playing the Packers. You know what I mean? And the crazy thing is too, I think the Packers are going to upset the Eagles too, because Jalen Hurts got hurt this. You know, he's on concussion protocol. That might be the upset too that nobody's overlooking too. Because if the Eagles lose this weekend, there'll be a lot of people crying in Philly. Like, what?
Ooh.
And it's a very
if the Eagles lose this weekend, it's gonna be a block party in New York City.
Oh man, what?
You sticking with Lance? You sticking with that? You sticking with the Tampa Bay game as your upset of the weekend?
Well, I think a dangerous game is Pittsburgh and Baltimore, obviously, because of how they match up and how they keep beating Baltimore.
Yeah,
but,
fair to say.
You know, I feel like come playoff time, I think Baltimore will figure it out. But I'm sticking with Washington, and probably because I want them to.
Oh, okay, all right. So
you know
I'm gonna throw the floor to you, Mo. What you think? You think literally the upset of the weekend is what?
Well, like I said before, I think the upset of the week is going to be Denver against Buffalo. Buffalo, once again, is going to show why they are Buffalo, why nobody goes to Buffalo, and who cares about Buffalo. For real, Buffalo. That's going to be. I think Baltimore, they're going to run through Denver. They're going to run through Pittsburgh like Grant ran through Richmond. Pittsburgh ain't got nothing coming. They're going to run through them like an X-Lax pill. That's it. They're going to shit all over them. But Buffalo's going to be upset.
That was very descriptive.
Too descriptive, but
very, very detailed. I believed everything he just said.
I don't see Pittsburgh winning this weekend. They on a 4-game slide. I don't see it. I think it's over. I think they're done. But you know, there's a couple of upsets now. I think, you know, obviously everybody's on this Jalen Hurts thing. Everybody's on this situation that's happening in Philly. I think the biggest seismic upset literally could be the Commanders game, you know, upset Tampa Bay, or the Philly game. I think that could be the two biggest things. But if you're Lance, since you just joined the show late, I asked Quake a question, and I'm gonna ask you this question, and I'm to make it fair. if you're a team right there, right now, do you get mad at your team that they're rebuilding because you look at what Washington did and put their team together so fast? And you say, and do you go downstairs and say, listen, man, y'all need to get this together because they got this together real fast. And look what Jaden Daniels is doing. You know what I mean? Do you do that? Or do you say, or you stick with the plan and say, listen, it's a 3 to 5 year process. You know, that's just something special. Where are you at with that?
Yeah, I mean that's tough, man, because both ways have been proven to work and not work.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and NFL is so about staying healthy. You know that it'd be so hard to pick these things. So as a fan, you just want to win right now. So as the fan user, I just want to win right now because who's to say that your rebuild is gonna work in 3 to 5 years? So then we were just bad for 5 years to be bad for another 5 years.
Right, right.
So
Well, go ahead.
no, the fans' mindset is always we need to be winning right now. Whatever we can do to win right now.
Since the NFL playoffs kick off this weekend, I'm gonna ask Mo first, and then I'm gonna ask you, Lance. We all pick out who we gonna go to the Super Bowl. You get your first shot, Mo. Who you think is gonna be in the Super Bowl and who you think is gonna win?
Baltimore, Detroit in the Super Bowl. Baltimore wins.
Okay, Lance.
That's the blackest Super Bowl that this world has ever seen.
Yeah,
They got to play that game on Juneteenth. They ain't gonna have no nachos, no hot dogs. They're gonna have oxtails at the concessions. What? Baltimore and Detroit playing in New Orleans with Kendrick Lamar performing at halftime. Fuck it. All the coaches wear wave caps. What we doing, man? This game is sponsored by Hennessy.
Yeah.
They ain't sponsored by Hennessy.
Welcome to the Black and Mild Bowl.
You ain't pick nobody though, bro. Pick somebody so we can roll up out of here.
I mean, I'm down for the Black and Mild Bowl. Let's make it happen. I'm with you, Mo. Why not? Detroit, Baltimore.
Okay.
And I want everybody, no cleats. Everybody playing hard bottoms.
Everybody playing hard bottoms.
That's what we own. Everybody playing hard bottoms. This the Stacey Adams Bowl right here.
Here it is.
All right, so who's gonna say the national anthem?
Oh, what?
T-Pain?
Who?
T-Pain.
Not black enough.
Not black enough?
We're going way blacker than that. We're going to get Nat Turner's auntie. You don't even know she sing like that, but they know.
Yep, they do. They know. All right, y'all, we get ready to roll this out, man. I gotta get ready to get this up, man. Let me ask you all, since first everybody out there who's watching the show, shout out to Wifey who's watching the show. Shout out to my man Mark Howard, Trina, and of course, I got a couple other people who I can't see. Rich Wilson out there, a couple of people I can't see. Shout outs to them watching the show. Appreciate you. Lance, thank you for running through the door, putting your bags down, jumping on the show.
Word up.
Of course, bro. I wish I could have got here earlier, but thanks for inviting me, man. It's always a treat.
Yeah, I appreciate that, but Mo, I appreciate you. Mo got written up there how we can follow him. And Lance, you want to tell everybody how they can follow you?
Sir Lance Woods.
Yeah,
Instagram, everything. Sir. See, Lance Woods, just put a sir in front of it. SIR. I'll pop right up.
There it is. Thank you all for joining the show, man. We'll see y'all tomorrow. We got some more special guests tomorrow. And I can't wait for y'all to see the show tomorrow. Tomorrow, the show is called Box Seats on every day, Monday through Friday. You can check us out on Humor Mill channel. Thank you all for watching. Hope to see you all tomorrow. Tell a friend.